Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Freodore, designer of NijisanjiEN's 11th unit by the beat. みんなおはようございます。NijisanjiEN所属 by the beat のビジュアルセンスがこだわりのデザイナーフリオドルです。やっほやっほ。どうもね。Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? みんなは今日はどう？元気？ But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good morning, good day so far. To those that are in the afternoon. And I hope you guys have a nice drink to drink today. Today we're going to be making iced coffee. So I think we should go ahead and I'm going to start getting the water hot, nice and hot, because we don't want the ice to melt, right? So we're going to be doing a recipe called Hybrid Flash Chill by Caldi's Coffee. I do not know what the flash stands for, but this is a hybrid recipe like the ones I've been doing so far. And this one is for iced coffee, so we're going to be brewing over 150 grams of ice. We're going to be doing the Sumatra Manheling beans that we tried, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Because I think iced coffee goes well with medium to dark roasts. Someone asked if I change the temperature of the water depending on the recipe, and that is true. That varies depending on the roast. So since we're doing a medium to dark roast, we're doing 90 degrees. However, usually for lighter roast, I would do like 95 or 93 for medium. I don't know if whenever I speak you can hear the sound, but that's wait, let me see if I can get rid of the noise suppressor. You guys can hear this, right? That's the water heating up. And we can do also is that we're going to be grinding our beans. We usually do 25 clicks from the Comandante for my usual pour over. But since this is iced coffee, we're going to be doing a little bit fine. A little bit of a finer bean, okay? So, right now we have our configuration set to 0. And we're going to be doing 22 clicks. Okay? For the grinder setting ね。コマンダンテのグラインダーをなんか22クリックに設定しますね。There you go. 22 clicks. And with that being said, we can start grinding ね。グラインドを始めます。You guys mentioned last time that you wanted to hear me grind, so what does lesser clicks do? Less clicks makes it more fine. The less clicks you do, the finer the coffee is gonna come out, and the more clicks you do, the coarser the coffee is gonna come. Right? Usually, I like to have a medium to coarse for pour over with my recipes, but for iced coffee, it is recommended to go a little bit coarse, a little bit finer. You love the sound? I'm glad you guys like the sound. Right now, Gatita is looking at me like, what are you doing? She just left the room. She didn't like the sound. All right, let's continue. Is there a set time for grinding? Not really. You can take as much as you want. Use the manual coffee grinder? Yes, I think it's the most consistent quality-wise for the price. I think if I wanted to get something as good as the Comandante that's electric, I would have to spend thousands of dollars. The coffee to the Hario B60, and our water is also ready. We don't want the ice to melt, so I am kind of not yapping as much as I would normally do when brewing. Oh, I should have taken the background noise off, the background music when grinding, huh? I'll make sure to do that next time. All right, so we have our Hario switch, we have the switch open. And we have 150 grams of ice. I'm doing like 160 because I was assuming a little bit was going to melt. First, we're going to do 50 grams of water for the first 45 seconds. Okay. And then it's going to be a percolation, so with the switch open. Okay, 始めますね。1, 2, and 3. よいしょ。Gonna do a little bit, make sure all the grounds are covered, and that's 50 grams. Perfect. I think we're already done with grinding, so I'm going to turn my noise reduction off. On again. All right, so it's been 45 seconds. We're gonna be pouring again. All the way until 100 grams. There you go. Now we wait until 1 minute and 30 seconds. I was asked which kind of water I use. I use soft water. We do not want to use alkaline. We want to use the least alkaline. We want really soft water free of minerals and stuff. Genuine question, do you buy ice cubes for iced coffee? I do not. I just make normal ice cubes. And Freodore, are you making coffee at your desk? I am right now. Where can I find soft water? I buy it. I buy like the gallons. Okay, so it's been 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we close the switch and we pour all the way until 200 grams. I use tap water for everything. No, water's like one of the most important things for coffee. Unless you have like extremely good quality tap water, usually tap water has a lot of minerals, so that's not the play. I just realized I forgot to get a cup for my water. Right, so it's been 30 seconds. So now we can open the switch again, and we're just gonna drain everything. And the recipe is complete. I am going to be right back because I forgot my cup. So, カップを忘れたから少しだけ取ってくるね。BRB once again. Tadaima, I'm back. I knew I was forgetting something. なんとか何か忘れてたと思ったけど、やっぱりカップだったね。It was my cup in the end. So, let me get rid of the noise suppression again. That way, you guys can hear. We have finished the brew. Now we're gonna swirl it around. Ne? Swish, swish, swish. You can still hear some of the ice. Kara, 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 kara. Yes, that's the ice, the hot water that went to the ice. It's melting. And we have an appropriate ratio, which is 200 grams of water and 150 grams of ice. So it's a total of 350 grams to 20 grams beans. This is actually why we are grinding finer. Usually finer grinds lead to stronger coffee. That's why you want to do coarse for lighter roasts. So in order to make up using more water this time, we do a finer grind, okay? What do you do when there's like leftover coffee? I never brew coffee in order for it to be leftover. I always brew for myself. So there's never leftover. Hi. カップに注ぎます. I'm pouring to my cup. Now, wait, let me put this stuff away. We don't need it anymore. Single serving, ne? Okay. Now that we're done, we're gonna taste the water. This is my first time tasting this recipe, and I think it's quite nice. The flavor's still there, but it's not extremely strong, and it's not acid. We're using dark roast beans right now, medium dark. So I think this is quite nice. It's refreshing, but the flavor still hits you, ne? It's very refreshing, but it's not too bitter or too sweet. These beans are not very sweet. These beans are more like, they have more of a roasted dark taste. So they can taste really bitter depending on the brewing method, but this is quite nice. I think it's quite good for iced coffee in the end. Because the ice helps it dilute it a little bit and makes it a little bit more balanced. Maybe try using decaf beans for it next. That would be interesting. I do have some light roast decaf beans that I have still not tried. What coffee beans do you use on the daily? On the daily, I've been using these ones because it's what I bought and I don't want to waste them. But my go-to are usually Arabica from Chiapas, Mexico. You boil water to put it over ice, and yes, we do that for pour over ice coffee. And the reason for it compared to cold brew is that we want the coffee to extract, and you need hot water. You need the temperature and the agitation for the coffee flavor to be extracted. That's why if you just put water, normal temperature, room temperature water on coffee, on grinded coffee is not gonna taste the same, right? That's how cold brew is made. But cold brew is made through immersion, and you let it sit for a long time to make up for the hot water, for the lack of hot water, right? That's what makes it different. This is my favorite way of drinking iced coffee, by the way. Pour over. Coffee is very much science, yes. I feel like you should teach a private masterclass on all the coffees you have made. No. I am not nowhere near as experienced. I am learning with you guys. And I actually investigate as well before the coffee satsus, just to make sure that I'm always learning. Is there a reason why you choose pour over iced coffee today? Recently, it's been getting warmer where I'm at, so that's usually when you want to drink iced coffee instead of just warm coffee, right? And also, I think this is the second time I brew iced coffee with you guys. And the first time I brew iced coffee, it wasn't with a switch. It was with a B60, so. Do you sometimes drink your coffee that has already gone cold without heating it up? I do not like reheating coffee. We do not reheat coffee here. Usually when you brew coffee, I brew coffee for me to drink in one sitting. Not in one sitting, but in one cup for a single portion, so I usually do not need to reheat. And also, the way I brew coffee, it's usually recipes that will taste good even if it's like lukewarm. Even if it cools down, the flavor changes a little bit, but it's pleasant, so. レンチンはしないでね。まあ僕はしないけど。So, what flavor or type of coffee do you like the best? I like lighter to medium roast. I prefer flavor profiles that are more sweeter than floral or fruity, so I like all of them. And my favorite notes tend to be chocolate, caramel, and dulce de leche. There's a really nice coffee from, I think, Veracruz, Mexico, that I've tried that had notes of dulce de leche that were really nice. It's kind of like caramel. It's kind of like a variation of caramel. Mexican hot chocolate is spicy. The Mexican hot chocolate I've tried is not spicy. They put cinnamon in it. And they do put some spices in it, but it's not spicy. It's just like... It's like if you had like spiced apple cider or pumpkin spice, it's kind of like that, but it's not spicy. It's not hot like a pepper, but it has some spices to it, like a cinnamon kind of vibe. It's very nice. Champurrado is kind of like a hot chocolate drink if people are not familiar with it, and people put like a corn flour into it to make it thicker. It's often drinked in the holidays. A lot of people might not like it because it's very thick, but I think it's quite nice. I think there's also the Italian hot chocolate. Italian hot chocolate is also adds some kind of like flour to it to make it a little bit thicker. I think Italian hot chocolate is very thick and very rich. From what I've heard. I think I've only tried it like once. No, I do not put chili flakes in coffee. This is how gossip starts. This is how gossip starts. If I didn't say it, then don't. No, I never mentioned chili flakes. No, I do not put anything on my coffee. I don't even put syrup. I do not put milk. I do not put creamer. I'm not going to put chili flakes on it. If there's a type of coffee bean that's roasted to have like some spicy notes or some spice notes, then I'll try it, but I won't put extra chili flakes on it. Cafe de olla, I like it, but I do find it sweet. I only eat it when I go to like a restaurant that sells it and there's nothing else. We can just use the material as tea bags? Yeah, you can. There's actually this is something I talked on my first coffee satsu. But something that really surprised me in Japan was that there's drip coffee bags that are super useful. It's kind of like it uses it has a little filter and the coffee is already grinded. So all you do is you latch on the bags onto the cup, onto your mug, and you pour coffee on top on the center where the grounds are. So it's kind of like doing drip coffee. It's kind of like a tea bag, but tea bag, you immerse the tea bag into it, right? And this is when you pour coffee, like the same way I would do with my filters, onto the center of the bag. And that was really cool. The coffee tasted quite nice, and it's way better than instant. It's very convenient. But next week, I want to play Mega Man. I want to play the first Mega Man on stream with you guys. And I want you guys to choose the order of which bosses, which robot masters we take on. So that's gonna be fun. I already know the weaknesses for each bosses, so it would be fun to have you guys decide where I go instead. Please yap your heart away about Mega Man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun talking about and singing along to the songs also. Just humming along. I'm really interested to see which guys you pick for me to fight first, because there's one that makes the stage really annoying if you choose it first, but I'll do my best and I'm gonna clear it. And I bow it. We're gonna be playing the first Mega Man, but when we get to Mega Man 2, I pledge that I will defeat Airman, ne? 絶対に Airman 倒します. I'm gonna defeat Airman. No worries. For people that are not familiar with it, not being able to defeat Airman is a common meme in the Mega Man community. There was a few songs on Nico Nico back then that was very popular, so that's why I'm talking about it. It's not that Airman is particularly difficult, but it's just a meme. Air Man が倒せないね。昔のニコニコ記憶ね。懐かしいだよ。I'll see you guys. Bye bye. またね、ドレミン。See you guys, ドレミン。Hasta luego, ドレミン。Nos vemos.